unicorn, banana tits, sativa. The names are getting fucking ridiculous. I cannot respect anybody who gets high on a gummy. I can't do it. Can't do it. Alcoholics, I respect so much. Have you guys ever tried to drink a 6-pack of lukewarm beer and a half a pint of vodka a half hour before your wife and kids come home from some fucked up early release program Thursday at school? That shit takes effort. Heroin is good. But I'm talking about like Pulp Fiction heroin. Blood in the needle or in the syringe, the needle going into the skin. Heroin's good. Not fentanyl though. That's like the pill form of a gummy. Not good. The people I respect the most are meth heads. Have you guys seen meth heads? They're the most effort-based people in the world. They're on State Street probably, Laws Avenue, Coppola. They're around here. You guys know you've seen them. For some reason, they're shirtless. They're dirty. Their hair is bedraggled. They have like one combat boot on for some reason. Maybe a sock on the other foot. They have fatigues. I have no idea. But what they remind me of is like a soldier in Vietnam who forgot the war was over. They just came out of the forest, shining their hand against the light. How do I get but they're clamping that dollar bill, those $5 bills, and they just bedraggle themselves. It's like the end of Platoon. You guys remember the end of Platoon? Willem Dafoe coming out of the forest. I'm probably dating myself here, but the whole Viet Cong army was chasing him out of the forest, and he's just coming through. That's what the meth head is, and he's just trying to get to his dealer, and he does. He gets there every single time, and he just tries to do it again the next day. I respect meth heads. They're the best. They're the best. I don't know what's going on with kids. We're soft. The kids are soft. I have an 18-year-old son, 10-year-old daughter. It just seems they're a little weak. You know they've never had to rewind anything? Does anybody have kids in here that were born like post-2000? They've never had to rewind a fucking thing in their life. Do you guys remember rewinding shit? Blockbuster used to charge us $3.99 if we did not fucking rewind something. We bought an extra contraption next to our VCR to rewind the tapes that we were going to bring back so the heads on our VCR were not ruined. That takes effort. Have you guys ever made a mixtape?
Yeah.
An actual fucking mixtape?
Yes.
From the radio.
Right.
Fuck! You did not push record fast enough. Try to make like a, Easy-E tape with an Ice-T tape with an Ice Cube. It was very hard back in the 90s. But I didn't grow up without technology. I had AOL dial-up. 93, 94. You guys remember AOL dial-up? Some of us who might be in that sort of weird Gen X range. It's like a Jurassic Park creature. Do you guys remember trying to watch porn on those? That took effort. A shitload of effort. You know how long it took for porn to buffer? On AOL, you have your pants down, and you just start like stroking it. What am I doing? superimposing pixelated. Like, God, I can't last too much longer. Buffering. Is that a nipple? Is that a whip? Then all of a sudden it's just Ron Jeremy's cock staring at your face. Long live Ron Jeremy. Yeah, amen to Ron Jeremy. I don't think I've ever heard that before, but that's good. Yeah, I think we need to actually eradicate gender reveal parties.
Woo!
Thank you. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Gender reveal parties. Some of you probably have had them. You're silent right now, but they're terrible things. You know, pink confetti, blue dust, gender reveal parties. What I don't fully understand is when the fathers on Twitter, Instagram, have you seen those videos where they get so upset when they have a daughter? Have you seen those? Like, no! You know, they're crashing through their backyard. That kid was never gonna fucking rebuild your 1987 Camaro. He wasn't. It was never gonna happen. He was never going to be the stellar athlete that you want him to be. He wasn't. But the daughter you now have. And sons are gross. I have an 18-year-old son, 10-year-old daughter. Sons are gross. Daughters are so much better. Who has sons in here? So you know the B.O. body axe slap in the face when you open their bedroom door. You know the tissues on the floor. By God, the tissues on the floor. They're like crusty little ninja stars that could have been used in Kill Bill. Uma Thurman would have been fucking like stepping over that shit. For some reason, orange peels. My son had orange peels all over and tissues. I'm like, did he figure out some weird citrus lube? But I can't fault him because I was that. I was that person at 13, 14 years old. I was a sexual predator to all of my stuffed animals. Every single one. Rainbow Bright? I didn't even have a Rainbow Bright. But the local Kmart, the aisle, they had my DNA. Sorry, that was a little gross. But I did have a couch potato. Did anybody have a couch potato in this room? Does anybody remember that from mid-80s, maybe early 90s, a couch potato? It was a little stuffy, that you would hold. It came with a little potato sack. My mom bought brown eyes for me, blue eyes for my brother. And I found a hole in that potato. And at some point, as a 15-year-old boy, I sodomized a spud. I'm not proud of it, but I sodomized a spud. And my action figures had no chance. There was no feminism. There was no women's equality with my action figures. I had G.I. Joes. I had one female G.I. Joe. Her name was Scarlet. And she had Duke and Cobra Commander, and they just spit, that was bad on every single morning that I woke up at 8 o'clock before the Saturday morning cartoons. And I had a Star Wars figure. Remember Princess Leia? And I think I actually weirdly generated porn genres before porn genres were genres. I had Princess Leia. But I also had Jabba the Hutt and his weird tentacle fucking sidekick guy. I don't know what they were doing to Princess Leia. I was just controlling them. I have no idea what they were doing. I had an Ewok. Midget porn? I mean, sorry, little person porn? Yeah, that was going on. Chewbacca? Bestiality? The furries? Anybody into furries? Yeah, that's what happened there. Then I also had Luke Skywalker. Luke Skywalker and Princess Leia. Does anybody know what sort of porn category that might be? Bratty sis. Right, bratty sis. Right? So sons are gross, daughters are better, but the only thing is that daughters eventually become what? They become women. And this might be harsh, but at some point my daughter will look at the person she's with, and that man with his sunken heart will just look at her and say, "What the fuck did your father do to you?" Thank you guys. Oh my God.